How has it been the last few days? Has it been a bit of a whirlwind for you?
Yes. Yeah, it hasn't even been well, it's been a full day, but it doesn't seem like it. It was Saturday night, Sunday, we're here Monday morning. It's like one day and it's my phone has literally died.
Yeah. Have you managed to get any sleep even?
No,
really.
Not last night, to be honest with you.
No.
You know, Premier in thin pillows, it doesn't work. Blooming pillows.
Yeah.
Sort it out, Premier in. No.
There goes your sponsorship.
Yeah, there goes.
it.
It's alright.
You've had it
I'm
now.
going for the Hilton. I'm aiming bigger.
Quite right. Too.
Yeah.
Right, can we just, on a serious note,
Yes.
Sorry, darling.
what went wrong with Universal
Well,
all those years ago?
Don't really know. We were children at the time, so we don't really know. We'd done everything we were told to do, and you know we were about to release our album, and
well, no, yeah, I mean nothing actually went wrong with the label itself. It was our management. It was our first manager, basically.
Yeah.
No names mentioned. But yeah, he kind of you know took us on and stuff, and then Universal got behind us. They pushed us, you know, really big time. And as they put us on tours, and I made a big album, and they, you know, this first single was mega. And I remember him saying, you know, we've got to number 13 in the charts, you know, and we're so excited about that because it was the same week as Cher, Madonna, Robbie Williams. So it was for an unsigned, you know, for a new band to get that high, it was really, really good. So then they said, we're going to send you to America and you're going to blow Hanson out of the water. And then basically, like a few months after that, we find ourselves sitting in a, you know, sitting in a house in Buckinghamshire for 3 months, while suddenly these managers and people were in court battles, and I'm like, you know, so as kids we were like, well, what's going on there? You know, mum and dad are stressing, they don't know, you know, they don't know what to do. You know, mum's a nurse, dad's a floor layer. You know, what can they do? They've got no power in this whatsoever. And then suddenly it all came crashing down. The manager went off, we never saw him again, and that's it. And mum and dad lost their house, you know, which left me and the boys in, you know, horrendous, you know, financial trouble, you know, and that was literally a whole life within, you know, normal life, being in school, and then 8 months later, 9 months later, you've just crashed, and like mum and dad lost their, you know, house they'd worked for and built up. To rented property somewhere. It was just like, whoa.
Yeah, so we didn't know
part of it was like a rip-off, really, then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In effect.
I did, being 13 at the time, the only thing that we all felt odd being children was like being on tour with all these bands and stuff, and like they'd all invite shopping. They'd all go, you coming shopping? You coming into town? They'd just go on the shopping spree. They'd all be bringing back the new PlayStations and all these clothes, and then we'd go, can we have a tenner for a CD? You know, to our manager, and they'd go, we can't afford it.
Yeah, they all seemed to have budgets and stuff, and we were like, my mum and dad were, you know, spending their own money on clothes and makeup for us, and that should have been covered by the label.
And we were too young for girls, so nothing
happened. Interesting.
It wasn't fun at all.
Time out of school as well, and now you're all educationally subnormal.
Oh,
yes,
yes, we're
big time. I know nothing else.
It's really bad.
Oh,
crap.
It's no joke.
No joke.
No, it is proper. Yeah, no. I don't know. School, because we came out of school really early.
We did have a tutor on the road, like with us, and but he got so starstruck by it all, he forgot to teach us. And then we'd go, brilliant, he's forgotten today. And then we'd just leave it quiet, but then didn't realise that would have effect on me when he's buggered off.
Indeed.
I couldn't face his breath anyway.
He was a smelly one.
Fair enough. So why has it taken you this long to try out for one of these type shows?
I think through the years and stuff, we've had, you know, we've had people come out and they go, yeah, we'll get you a record deal. So you go, okay. So you go along for a year of their time and they're trying and stuff, and then you think they don't do it. So you go, brilliant. We've done all the auditions, you know, but we'll find out that the label don't like him and he doesn't like him, and it's a constant thing, isn't it? It's a battle between. It's not if you got a band. You know, if someone doesn't like that manager or that team or someone else, you don't have any power. You know, a whole team has to be together like clockwork, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So that's where we've been like stepping every time, and just unfortunately just keep, you know, meeting people that are not really in the industry. There's the circle, and they're always outside it. You know, trying to get in, and they use us as bait. basically, and it's like, and it's just constantly. But we had a bit of you know, it was a lucky break in like 2011, and I Facebooked a load of like, you know, celebrities and producers and stuff, and then the actor Stephen Dorff, he kind of he came back and he goes, you know, I just love you guys' voices and stuff. You sound like the Bee Gees, and I can't believe you're brothers and stuff, and you got to fly out and meet my father. He basically he's like a big Hollywood music, did all the soundtracks for like loads of films and stuff, and so we flew out there, literally lived with them and Stephen in his house, and wrote a load of music, and before we knew it, we put this whole album together, which is literally, we finished like a year ago, but yeah, again, someone else came along, tried something else, and then it's like, oh my god, just another 6 months wasted, you know. So then
good album, but not usable, you know, in the same way.
Well, it's there, sitting there, and it's like, you know, just wanna, we don't know how to sell it.
Would you use any songs from it in the live shows, do you think?
Yeah, we'd love to.
Yeah,
we really would.
Definitely.
I mean,
especially a song called Little White Lies that we wrote,
Right.
which is really upbeat. It's going to be a good one.
And an old cover, I don't know if you know it, Randy Van Warmer, Just When I Needed You Most.
Yes, yeah.
Do you remember that?
We've done that.
Wow.
Yeah, with the whole LA orchestra, the whole lot. It sounds awesome.
God, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
What was it inspired Can't Find Me?
I think that was more of a our mum's personal,
Right.
you know, things, because she, well, sadly, like our granddad, her dad died when she was it 12?
Very young, yeah.
Yeah, young.
Really young. She was young, and then literally a month later, her brother dies, just from breaking his wrist. But yeah, I suppose so. Traumas. So and it's her struggle, you know, going through life and stuff. So I think that came out of her, and then we just we put the music to it and the melodies and stuff to it.
Oh, it must have meant a lot to have you all sing it.
Yeah.
No wonder she
loved
was
that.
looking very emotional
Yeah.
on camera, bless.
Yeah.
Right, yes, also we want to know, are any of you married?
No,
in
no.
romances, anything
No,
of that
no.
kind?
Just close moments, but no.
Fair enough, none with Nicole and then I take it, who's all upset over Lewis and made her
Wow.
cry.
Competent.
I'm here, Nicole.
It's been harder, that really, with relationships. It's sort of like because the music industry is a hard thing to understand if you're not in it, and like to know how busy you can get and stuff, and the trust factor there, you know. So it's a time apart always doubts and goes, what's he doing over it and all that. So it's sort of, if you don't get someone who doesn't understand it, then it's hard. But we're never going to give up music, you know, until we're settled and we've made something of it, and then we can go, right, I can have a family, I can be with someone. And it's a life
Fair
in
enough,
depth,
I
isn't
imagine
it?
you'll have a few female fans now, one or two. How are you going to deal with the groupies, do you think? You're going to find it, well, you're going to find it fun, obviously.
Oh, you're gonna.
But, you know.
Oh my god.
Well, take it as it comes, I suppose.
Take it as it comes.
Fair enough. Have you had any famous celebrity tweets, by the way?
Yes.
Ollie.
Ollie,
Ollie,
Kieran from
Catch
Westlife.
Up, and Louis, and Nicole.
Brian McFadden. We did Daybreak.
Blonde, who's the blonde girl
Yeah.
from Atomic Kitten? I should know her name. It's all
Mary
Liz.
Katona, Liz McLaren.
Liz.
That one. Yeah.
She's following us.
Oh,
Cool.
fair enough. Cool bean. So who are your musical icons and what are your guilty pleasures with music?
Guilty pleasures. God,
That's the only question that went in there.
Yeah, guilty pleasure in the music one.
I think what was it? Influences?
Old influences,
Yeah.
like years ago,
Yeah.
guitar playing wise, because you know I started off playing the guitar. Guitarist of the Year was the first step of our musical career when I won that back at Wembley. It was Joe Satriani and Steve Vai, a lot of solo guitar players. So a lot of widdly sort of technical sort of stuff, you know, which fed our musical knowledge, you know, for you know, writing songs and everything like that, which was good for that. But
I think that
apart from that,
yeah,
like
I think
Bruno Mars, modern wise, is a musical favourite, and just like anyone to us who's amazing live,
Yeah.
that inspires us, you know.
I think we went for a lot of drives in the rain. We all love the rain, so it's like we all so mum and dad were like, do you want to go for a drive in the rain? Like that. So then we'd all go for this family drive just around Chelmsford and back home again. But whatever mum would put on, like Alexander O'Neill or Fleetwood Mac or something, anything that goes in
Michael
as a kid,
Bolton.
it would
Not
all
Michael
go in.
Bolton.
Yeah.
Go West,
You'd grow up with them.
Pete Cox, and it's just great stuff, you know.
Yeah.
They wrote, Go West lot helped write our first single.
Really? Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pete Cox and Rick Drummey. And then we've written a song with Rick Drummey. It's called Let's, and we've been wanting to work on that with him for years.
So hopefully we can pull that out on.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
come out.
awesome.
Kind of heal the
song.
world kind of song, you know. It's
Proper
Oh,
Chris. I
yeah.
remember Universal at the time went, that's a hit song.
Mm.
And we just lost when we all collapsed. We just didn't have any contact anymore.
No.
It's easier now to contact people, and it's just tweet someone, it's done.
Yeah.
Back then you just didn't have the
Hard,
internet.
yeah.
No.
You know, hardly barely a mobile.
Indeed. Yeah.
Rick.
Yeah. I remember it well. But what's your guilty pleasures then? What's on your iPod that you would hate to admit to
Oh,
anyone
music
else?
wise.
Oh right.
Golly, Celine Dion.
That's good. She's
No, that's no
amazing.
guilty pleasure. Probably some really bizarre stuff.
I've got a lot.
Can't even think.
I've got a lot of randoms because I do skateboarding and stuff. It's like so I literally get inspiration from some skaters section and then take that song off that and then. But normally when I watch that band live, they're crap. And you go, that's
Yeah,
just
that's what
funny.
puts you
So
off,
I got
it's
a lot
the
of
live
these
thing
crap
again.
bands on my iPod. But
Yes, mine is as cheesy as that, is Westlife.
That was an amazing album. Their first
Yeah.
album was amazing.
Their album was like really adult
Amazing songs.
contemporary, and the melodies are brilliant. They're like literal songs that could have been made in Nashville, and probably are written in Nashville.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
it's just good music. It's great music.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's it. Thank you, and
Thank you.
very good luck.
Thank you
very
very
much.
much.
Thank you.